The following is a presentation of The Day.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome to the day's continuing coverage of Connecticut high school basketball. We're here tonight on the campus of St. Bernard's High School for the 2013 Eastern Connecticut boys semifinals. Tonight's matchup, first game, is the Woodstock Academy Centaurs and the New London High School Whalers. I'm Jim O'Neill, and I'm lucky to be here tonight with the coaching legend, certainly one of my heroes for years, Rich Conover. Rich, good to have you here tonight.
Nice to be here.
Rich, we've got an interesting situation in this game tonight, one I'm sure you faced. Woodstock comes in 17-2. But of those 17 wins, two of those 17 wins came against the Whalers, who they defeated twice in very close ball games during the season. Always interesting question is, third time, is it a charm for Woodstock, or does the London hold some sort of advantage? How did you as a coach approach those kinds of games from either side?
Well, these kind of situations have happened, as you know, in the years past, and I always think there's a little bit of an advantage to the team that lost the two games. The winner is not going to change anything, and the coach who lost a couple of games is probably at the drawing board, kind of think of things that he can do differently, and they may certainly help in upsetting or disrupting the opponent who has won a couple of times.
The first of those two games came in the second game of the season. Woodstock, I think at that point, kind of surprised New London, which, for which preseason expectations were not what they generally are. After all, they had lost Chris Dunn to the college ranks, playing at Providence College now, Gatorade Player of the Year in the state last year. Certainly there had to be a little drop-off. So the first game was a bit of a surprise. The second game was a strange one. Played at Woodstock's two-point game, 30-28, where both teams kind of slowed down the tempo. What do you expect in the third game?
I think Chop will go back to running a bit. They have, looks like they have the speed over Woodstock. I think Woodstock had a player out that game, one of their leading scorers. So they might have been trying to hide that loss. And because I was surprised to see what a low-scoring
game is approached differently from Woodstock's point of view as opposed to Nolan High School's point of view. It's well known, Greg Parker, his favorite event is not the ECC tournament, and sort of regards it as a prep for what he considers the most important part of the season. And 9 championships later, one can understand that. Is there an additional emotional factor here tonight based on that?
I think Chop would like to avenge the losses a little bit, but these league tournaments are always a question mark, even up in the college level, where you get psyched for that, and particularly if you're already in the tournament, like up at the other levels, and all these teams are in the tournament already. Right. So it's kind of, the state tournament is usually a more prestigious thing to win, but yet there's bragging rights within the league. So it's kind of a mixed bag in that sense. So, well,
we've seen the UConn Huskies parlay a ECC tournament into an NCAA championship in a year where nobody thought they were going to win. You can make the case that the tournament really galvanized them, and they were able to carry it through. By the same token, we've seen many a great team come out of particularly the Big East, which has a murderous kind of tournament,
right,
and find themselves come up short their first game in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, I think on that college level, you're playing yourself into possibly an NCAA berth with no matter what your record was. Here, on this level, the teams know whether they're in the state tournament or not, so they don't want to get anybody hurt and all that kind of stuff, but yet they still would love to win it.
Of course, these are, for the most part, these are entirely high school kids getting a chance to play under tournament conditions in front of a big crowd in a neutral gymnasium. I guess if you're a basketball player, you want to play.
Yeah, I think back to when several years back when the finals were at New London, and that place was packed.
Oh,
they turned people away because it was New London Fitch in the finals, and there was, I mean, that was probably more exciting than the winning the state tournament that day. I remember that. Those are two good teams, too.
Well, Woodstock is not 17-2 by virtue of smoke and mirrors either. They do have some talent. We take a look at the starting line. They're pretty big up front with Gardner, McGinn, and Converse going 6'5", 6'5", 6'3". That Whalers are not a big team.
No, height is always a pretty good factor, but a lot of times I've heard said that 5 guards would beat 5 big men, but of course a team is a combination of everything. So
let's take a look at Richard. Let's take a look at the Woodstock Academy Centaurs starting lineup.
Yeah, we got Tristan Welsh, 5'10" guard. He's number 5, and then we got Chris Laurie. He's 6-foot guard, number 11.
He really makes things go, I'm told. He's the catalyst to their entire offense.
Yeah, I think I believe he might be the leading scorer as well. I'm not quite sure. But then we got some of the big guys. There's 6'5" Sullivan Gardner. He's number 21. And we have Jack McGinn, 6'3", forward, number 22. And we finish up with Ian Converse, 6'5", number 31. So they are pretty big.
Fans at home should look for Welch and Lowry to control the ball, particularly Lowry. He'll create on the outside, and if they're going to go down low, they're going to try to go to Converse. On the other side, let's take a look at the Whalers.
Okay, the 2 guards, Seth Lake, he's a 5'9", sophomore actually, and they're pretty young, as we know, the New London team. Then we got the other guard is 5'10", Samuel Miranda. Then we go to their leading scorer, who had 18 rebounds in the semifinals, the quarterfinals, excuse me, Keith Porter. He's a 6'2" senior, number 21. And then Devontae Robinson, number 42. He's 6'3", junior. And Colin Sawyer is a forward, the other forward at 6'1". He's a sophomore as well, number 12.
It's a young Whaler team. We were talking with Coach Craig Parker before the ball game. It's a very, very young team and not great size. Everything, though, goes through Porter. Scoring, rebounding, the offense, all goes through Porter. I don't think New London can get to a final berth here without a big game from Porter tonight.
Yeah, and I think they'll want to go up and down the court. It'll be a story of New London maybe against what's considered Woodstock will come out zone, whether they can hit the open shots or get up the court quickly before that zone sets up, and then the height of Woodstock, and see how the smaller team, how they'll be able to combat that.
I do think this. I think one of the things the fans might look for is if Woodstock does play zone and New London gets a lead, it would not surprise me to see Craig Parker pull the ball out and try to make Woodstock play man-to-man.
I won't be surprised either. If you know a little bit of the history, Coach Parker used to pull the ball out when he had those very quick teams. And if you're playing zone, I've seen him do that in the past. He hasn't done it as much as he used to. And which brings in the question, Connecticut's one of the few states that doesn't have a shot clock.
Yeah.
Actually, and there's always a discussion as to whether it should come in or not.
Well, it's funny you said that. I was talking with your old friend Billy Reagan the other night.
Yep.
And some of the games that he coached against Mike Pinella when he was at St. Thomas Aquinas were, take the air out of the ball fest. Neither one wanted to concede that they were going to play against the other guy's zone. That was just, and you see some of the greatest up-tempo players just holding the basketball.
Yeah.
Of course, Billy had, I said, the line of the night. He said the problem he had was when he had Rod Foster, the great UCLA All-American. He said it was a problem when he got his 3rd foul. I said to him, why was that such a problem? He said, well, because Pasquich called it on him when he stepped off the bus. Alluding to local legend Joe Pasquich. Yeah. Holding the ball, though, is something we should look for tonight. I don't know that either team, I don't think Woodstock wants the race, and I think New London wants to play against the man-to-man instead of a zone. We'll see shortly, but now, our national anthem. Okay, we're ready to start here at St. Bernard's High School. Semifinal action, Eastern Connecticut Conference Tournament. Woodstock Centaurs and the New London High School Whalers for the third time this year. I'm Jim O'Neill. I'm here with Rich Conover. We're going to bring you both games of the doubleheader. Finals, by the way, are here Friday night at 7:30, and the day will be here as well to bring you final action in the Eastern Connecticut basketball tournament. So, we're nearly ready to go. As we said earlier, it's Gardner, McGinn, and Converse up front with Welch and Lowry in the backcourt. New London encounters with Devontae Robinson and Sammy Miranda, Seth Lake, Colin Sawyer, and Keith Porter.
Might be noted, Jim, that the Chris Lowry recovering from a broken hand, I was told. And he's got something on it, but he seemed to shoot the ball pretty well the other night with that. So.
McGinn jumping center. Against Porter. Tap controlled by the Centaurs. Down the lane, the ball is stolen, but ahead of the pack and laying it in is Samuel Miranda. Nice steal at midcourt by Miranda. They double teamed the ball, and Whalers come away with a 2-0 lead. This is Welch. Drives the lane as Converse can't score. Porter ahead out of the pack. Comes down the lane, lays it up and in.
A great start from the London, certainly the up-tempo.
Whalers in full court pressure, and they'll try to keep this tempo there. They'll jump the ball whenever they can. They do again. Ball goes to Converse. Right side jump is off the rim, no good. Rebound taken inside by the Whalers. This is Miranda. Right side Lake. Back on top to Miranda, and he'll set. Zone defense, 2-1-2. It looks like 2-3 zone for the Centaurs. Inside the ball goes to Porter. Back to Porter, side jump. Travel call before that. First turnover of the ball game as the ball goes over to Woodstock. Whalers still in pressure now, little zone pressure now.
2-2-1 zone press by the Whalers, looking for that double.
This is Lowry. Gardner, side jump. Air ball by Welch, but the Centaurs get it inside, and Gardner scores. 4-2. Whalers with 6:27 remaining first quarter. Lake right side. On top to Miranda. Back to Lake for the three-pointer, no good. Rebound in the corner by Welch. Gives back to Lowry, and the Centaurs will come the other way. Here's Lowry to the top of the key, down the lane, inside to Gardner, ball blocked, taken by Porter. He comes out of the pack the other way, quickly down the lane, ball slapped away and knocked out of bounds by McGinn. Actually, that was Converse who knocked out of bounds, and the Whalers will retain possession underneath their own basket. In balls on top to Miranda, now to Lake. Back to Miranda, who'll try to set the offense. Right side jump is no good. Rebound taken there by Converse. Lowry down the lane, and the foul is called.
Oh.
Foul on Miranda. His first, team first. And they'll call it a shooting foul, Rich.
Yeah, he was on the way up, so I think it was. Miranda, I think, feels he got all ball.
Don't they all? First one rattles around and rolls out for Lowry.
Lowry does a nice job of moving off the dribble. He's pretty quick.
Second one, back rims. Rebound inside by Converse. No good. Rebound by Porter. Porter races out of the pack by himself and now holds up there. Gives to Miranda. Miranda right side to Sawyer. Sawyer with the three-pointer. Swish. Colin Sawyer with the three-pointer puts the Whalers on top 7-2 with 5:20 remaining. And the double team forces the throwaway. McGinn, who really not used to handling the basketball against the pressure, found himself at midcourt with the ball and tossed it away.
Yeah, zone press will force Lowry to have to give up the ball a bit. He can't dribble through the whole thing. Some players can, but not too many.
To Miranda, left side Lake. Lake back to Miranda. Miranda into the lane, can't get anything, goes back to Porter, the travel is called.
That's two travels on Porter. He must be picking up that pivot foot before he gets the ball to the floor.
Whalers stay 2-2-1. Pressure. Ball comes back to Welch, and the midcourt violation is called. Welch had established possession in the front court and passed it back to Converse, who was leaping out of the backcourt, and the violation called there. 7-2 Whalers, 4:59 remaining first quarter. This is Miranda. Right side Sawyer, nothing there. He'll come left now. Miranda in the lane, give back to Porter. Porter to Sawyer, to Lake. Lake, three-pointer, rolls around, no good. Rebounding action, the foul is called. And I do believe that'll go on Keith Porter. And that's something certainly, Rich, the Whalers would have to be conscious of. That is foul trouble on Porter. They don't want to get Porter in foul trouble.
Yeah, that's no, certainly not. He goes north-south when he gets those rebounds pretty well.
The Whalers remain in pressure. Get the ball ahead to Converse. He gets it into the front court to Lowry. Lowry trying to set the offense against pressure. Miranda pressures him there. Ball goes high post to McGinn. Converse with it now back to Lowry. Lowry looking in low, can't get anybody. Tries to go as Miranda in the lane, left-hander, gives to Converse, who lays it in.
Oh, beautiful move by Lowry, penetrating, drawing the defense, and dishing it off for the layup.
Sullivan Gardner with the basket. 7-4 Whalers, 4 minutes flat up. Porter in the high post, can't go. Throws it out of bounds. Looks like the Whalers are trying to find a place for Porter to operate against that zone.
Yeah, I was thinking that that the zone isn't Porter's best defense to go against. Diminishes his quickness and versatility because it's tough to go against
in the
5
lane
players.
Is Converse, he scores. Ian Converse got the ball down low, and he's a tough matchup down low. He scores, pulls the Centaurs within 1 at 7-6, 3:33 remaining.
I'm impressed with Woodstock's discipline and care for the ball and the nice rhythm out there. It's no wonder they've won
Sawyer,
so many games.
Long three-pointer, no good. Rebound taken by McGinn. Gives it to Lowry. Lowry quickly down the lane is bumped off the ball and the foul called outside on Lake.
You know, Lowry looks very versatile. He's right-handed and can go left very well off the dribble. That creates a lot of situations for him and Woodstock.
He beat 2 Whalers off the dribble there to get into the lane. And, you got to stop dribble penetration against guys like that because the big guys inside can score. Three-pointer is no good. Rebound taken by Converse. Kicks it back out to Welch. Swish.
Here's where Woodstock's height paid off, and they're unselfish. He kicked it back out for the three-pointer. to the open man.
Welch's three-pointer puts the Centaurs ahead, 9-7 with 2:49 remaining. Lake in the lane, right side jump. Porter catches nothing but air, and the ball goes out of bounds, and it'll go to Woodstock. Keith Porter looks a little uncomfortable right now, Richie.
Yeah, I think the zone's hurting me. Has had a couple of turnovers, and that was uncharacteristic air ball for him. So he'd much rather be on the move.
Here's McGinn. He's down the lane. Ball thrown up, no good. Rebound inside, no good. Another rebound, this time taken by Sawyer. Kicks it ahead to Porter. Porter behind the back, down the lane, knocked off the ball by McGinn, and the foul will be called.
Well, there in the open court, that shows Porter's versatility and ball handling.
Got
so much more comfortable.
One of those passes he got into, you get a pass from behind into traffic, and he was able to quickly adjust, went behind his back and drew the foul. Miranda inbounds to Sawyer. Sawyer back to Miranda. Goes inside, tries to go to Porter, can't get it. Here comes Lowry the other way, he gives to Welch. Stopped there by Porter and throws it, apparently not away. Ball knocked out of bounds on the scramble, and the ball goes to Woodstock.
Yeah, that was one of the few times London on the man-to-man on half court disrupted the solid play of Woodstock. Back
Bruton,
into the zone press now.
Deontay Bruton ahead, tries to get the steal and knocks it out of bounds. Good retreat by Deontay Bruton. Came from the pressure in the backcourt to knock the ball out of bounds on the baseline. That's good hustle, Rich.
Yeah. I'm also impressed with the big guys can even pass the ball a little bit for Woodstock. There's penetration by...
Trent Peters replaces McGinn. And the Centaurs score again. 11-7 they lead, 1:54 remaining. This is Bruton now. Right side Sawyer, excuse me, left side Sawyer, gives back to Bruton. Comes across the key to Lake. Lake to the top of the key, back to Bruton. They're looking inside, but I don't see much there. Runner by Bruton is around, no good. Rebound taken by Gardner. Gives ahead to Lowry. Lowry races again down the lane, ball slapped away, out of bounds, it'll go to Woodstock.
Right now, Gardner and Converse really controlling the boards at both ends, actually, and that keeps them in a lot of games.
Here's Welch for the long three-pointer, swish. 14-7 Woodstock, and they're on a 12-1 run right now as Bruton tries to run the offense against that 2-3 zone. Here's Lake with the basketball. And the ball again, turned over by the Whalers.
Nicely balanced team Woodstock is. A couple of nice guards, shooting guards, penetrating guards, and the big guys are quite athletic.
Here's Lowry on the 2-on-1. He comes down the lane, tries to pass inside, gets it inside to Gardner, who scores.
I thought Lowry should have given it up earlier before he got into the traffic, but they come up with the score anyway.
16-7 Woodstock. Long three-pointer off the rim, no good. Rebound, Gardner gives it to Welch, who gives ahead to Lowry, looks inside. Back on top to Lowry for the three-pointer, he got it.
Wow.
19-7, this is an 18-1 run for Woodstock as they lead 19-7 with 20 seconds remaining. DeAndre Bruton to Porter, who tries to race into the lane, lays it up, no good. Rebound, scramble for, knocked out of bounds. It'll go to the Whalers with 11 seconds remaining.
Well, right now the Whalers are having trouble against that zone, not knocking down anything from deep. And while the guards for Woodstock really nailing those threes out there, with nice passes from the inside, kicking back out.
Sawyer down the lane too, inside, the ball blocked out of bounds. Converse comes away with it. And the three-pointer goes out of bounds. 1 quarter of play in the books here in the Eastern Connecticut Conference semifinals. 19-7, Woodstock leads over Newland High School. We'll be right back after this message.
At the MJ Sullivan Automotive Corner, our #1 goal has always been to earn your business for life. As one of the largest dealerships in Eastern Connecticut, selling Chevrolet, Cadillac, Buick, and Hyundai, We accomplish our goal by not just offering the best buying experience, but more importantly, the best service experience after the sale. That philosophy is what built this company from a single-base service station nearly 45 years ago to who we are today. So experience the difference and let us earn your business for life. The M.J. Sullivan Automotive Corner in New London or at mjsullivanauto.com.
We can clip it, trim it, and cut it down to size. But most of all, we design it, plant it, and care for it. We have the tools, the know-how, and the passion. Grow something beautiful with Sprigs and Twigs, stewards of the environment.
We're back here at St. Bernard's High School. Jim O'Neill along with Richie Conover as we bring you Eastern Connecticut Conference semifinal action. Woodstock Centaurs have taken a 19-7 first quarter lead over the Whalers. Whalers led 7-2 and Woodstock ran off 17 in a row.
That was some run, and it was all evidenced by the height is a factor. Woodstock can play zone. The London's not able to hit those outside shots. Even when they get it inside, trying to, with the smaller guys, the Woodstock height is disrupting those shots inside. And then they're running out of there. They can run pretty well themselves.
They run a lot better than people think. You're absolutely right. The Whalers really have no inside presence to go to.
Yeah.
This is Porter for the long three-pointer. He got it.
There we go.
19-10. Woodstock by 9. The London now in man-to-man pressure as they come this way. This is Lowry. Right side Welch. Welch to the top of the key to Peters. Peters harassed there and throws out of bounds. Good defensive pressure by Deontay Bruton. And Trent Peters threw the ball away. Whalers in their gold uniforms. To Porter baseline, he lays it off against the glass, can't get it to score. Converse with the rebound, and the Centaurs will come the other way.
A nice drive by Peters, but just couldn't quite complete that play.
This is Peters. Looks inside for Converse, can't get him. Back to McGinn. McGinn drives the lane, but is shut up by Sawyer. To Lowry. To Peters for the three-pointer, no good. Strong rebound inside by Woodstock, and a score. McGinn with the strong rebound and the putback, and the size is just overwhelming the Whalers right now. 21-10 Woodstock. Right side jump, no good. Rebound inside by Lowry.
He can rebound too, I guess. He's playing in the back of that zone, actually.
Good athlete.
Yeah.
Very good athlete. This is Welch. To Converse, who tries to go against Robinson. Inside to Welch, who lays it in.
Nice.
Good high-low game there.
Really impressed with Woodstock's big men passing, Converse and Gardner particularly.
23-10, 6 minutes remaining. Woodstock by 13. Sawyer with the right side three-pointer. No good. Rebound again, controlled by the Centaurs. Big rebound by McGinn. He's the 6'3" junior. You know, the Whalers just have no inside game to speak of. And if they, therefore, if they don't hit shots, they can't press. And on the other end, if they don't stop shots, they can't run.
Exactly. That's the thing with the zone press, or any press. You got to score to get into it.
This is Lowry against Miranda now. Miranda back in the ball game. Tricky dribbles left, now down the lane left. Shut off by Porter now. Tries to go back left. Can't get, gets on top to Welch. Lowry swallowed up in the lane, but gets it inside. Ball blocked there. Good block by Nick Barner, but I think they called the travel, Mitch. I think they called the travel.
I was wondering because I thought it was foul, but it would have been the travel first would override the foul.
Nick Barner, the 6'4" junior in the ball game now, replaces Robinson as the Whalers try to get a little more size. This is Bruton to Porter. Porter right side back on top to Bruton. To Miranda. The Whalers really not doing much except going around the perimeter here. Bruton, long three-pointer, he got it. Deontay Bruton with a big three-pointer, pulls the Whalers to within 10. with 4:55 remaining. Here's Welch, stolen by Bruton. Bruton comes racing the other way out of the pack, and they call, what do they call? They call a foul.
Yeah. Well, Bruton's come in, giving him a little spark here. Hit a three, got a steal. Sawyer has some height, but he looks like he prefers to play out on the perimeter out there. Looks like he has a pretty nice shot out there. Hasn't gotten too many to drop for him though.
Whalers on the inbound now, back on top to Sawyer. Sawyer right side to Miranda, to Bruton. Bruton tries to go in the lane, throws up a wild runner. It rattles around and goes through. Deontay Bruton with the left-hander hits it. 23-15, Whalers trail by 8, 4:30 remaining in the first half. Here's Converse, down the lane, gets it inside to McGinn. McGinn with the right-hander, Gardner with the right-hander off the boards, can't score, but the foul is called. They'll shoot a pair. Woodstock makes no mistake about it. They'll take the open three-pointer from the two guards, but they want to pound it if they can.
Yeah, but they went high-low with the two big guys into the foul line, looked low for his partner, and puts it in, got fouled.
Gardner, the 6'5" senior, hits the first of a pair, gives Woodstock a 9-point lead. And cashes in on the second for a 10-point lead with 4:23 remaining.
You notice with Gardner on that foul shot, what a nice release he has on the shot. So,
here's Bruton, runner down the lane, left-hander rattles through. Oh. Shooter's touch for Deontay Bruton.
He's going to be
25-17 with
six
14
man of the
remaining.
league here. It's only a sophomore.
I used to refer to them as young sophomores, as if they were another kind.
Boy, there's a mismatch inside though with him trying to guard Converse.
Yep.
And
here's Lowry down the lane, gets it inside the guard, and he scores.
Took advantage of that.
Well, Rich, Whalers will have trouble all night if they can't stop ball penetration, and Chop Parker is going to call timeout right now. 27-17, 3:45 remains here in the first quarter. We'll be right back after this timeout.
Clip it, trim it, and cut it down to size. But most of all, we design it, plant it, and care for it. We have the tools, the know-how, and the passion. Grow something beautiful with Sprigs and Twigs, stewards of the environment.
Okay, we're back. 27-17, 3:45 remaining in the first half. Woodstock with a 10-point lead. Jim O'Neill along with Rich Conover as we bring you Eastern Connecticut semifinal action. Whalers have got to stop ball penetration. Lowry's just having a field day, beating guys off the dribble and passing inside.
Yeah, it's really amazing. I was at the Central Quinnipiac game, and the biggest thing that I see, the evolution of this game, is the quickness of the outside guards. And there doesn't seem to be. It used to be able to be defenders could stop penetration. It's almost like they can't do it anymore.
Nice pass from Miranda, and Nick Barner scores to pull the Whalers to within 8. Here comes Lowry, right straight down the lane, lays it up, no good. Foul called before the shot.
There it is again.
Yeah, absolutely. They pressure him midcourt. It's almost like he invites it.
Yep. Yeah.
Non-shooting foul. 27-19 Woodstock with 3:17 remaining first half. This is Lowry, goes baseline, can't score, throws up the jumper, no good. Rebound, tough rebound inside by Porter. He comes out of the pack, down the lane, lays it off the board and can't score. Barner tries to get the rebound, Porter steals it inside, goes up with a right-hander, no good. Porter again, up again, and cannot score, but this time the foul is called. Keith Porter was not about to be denied there, Rich.
No, he showed a lot of spunk there, getting in and keep working at it. One of those guys that who's so quick, he misses, can get right back up and get his own walk.
He had a strong rebound on the defensive end, took it to the other side. He had 3 offensive rebounds on the other end.
Yeah. Looks like Barner's helping a little bit too with the height off the bench.
Porter's first, bangs off the side rim. This is Amon Gomez checking in for Sam Miranda. Gomez is a senior, 5'11" senior. Porter dips and shoots and scores. 27-20, Whalers trail by 7, 2:56 remaining.
Yeah, From what you were saying, it looks like London's gotten a couple of things inside.
Converse cannot go, but he gives back to Welsh for the
Wow.
three-pointer switch.
He has been on fire.
Christian Welsh extends
Beautiful
the lead
stroke
to 10.
here.
That's a nice pair of guards Woodstock has.
Yeah, sure.
Well-balanced team, absolutely right, Rich. Foul call out on top as Bruton tried to go against Welch, but Welch with the foul. Coach Greg Smith does not like the call, but I thought it was a pretty good call. It's not a foul you want to commit 30 feet to the basket either, though.
Right. Particularly in the zone. Oh.
Ball knocked at, stolen by McGinn. He comes down the lane. Throws up a runner, no good. Rebound inside, no good. Taken inside by Gomez. Gomez tries to pass ahead, can't. Ball stolen there. And the ball knocked finally out of bounds. And it'll go to Woodstock. Good double on the baseline by the Centaurs.
It's impressive how quick the big guys are for Woodstock. Not just offensively, that trapping in the backcourt, good defense, make the steal down out of the zone.
Peters replaces McGinn for Woodstock. McGinn inside the Converse, tries to go against Porter and can't. Now to Lowry. Lowry tries to get the screen from Peters, goes right down the lane this time, lays it up and in.
Can't stop him.
You know, Lowry just really can get to the hoop anytime he wants in this game.
Yeah, he baits them with that between the leg dribble out on the stop and then explodes to the basket. You can't go after that dribble. When he's baiting you with off that dribble, the defender has to not almost disregard it and just try to stop the penetration.
Ball inside and score by Amon Gomez, pulls the Whalers to within 10.
Well, you're right, Jim. They're starting to get some stuff inside. They're still down 10, but at least they're scoring.
Long bomb by Lowry, rattles around, no good. Porter takes the rebound, races out of the pack, comes the other way, right down the lane, and is fouled. I think Keith Porter has discovered that the best offense is to rebound and go to coast.
Yeah, it's got to be a rebound, though. You can't do it off the make. Well, they ought to try, maybe try. Get it in quickly to him and try to beat that zone up the court. He's very nice, strong, going up from coast to coast. From
Chop Barker says he's getting a lot of interest from some Division II schools. And,
oh, he can play there, I think. Maybe improve his outside shot a little bit. Although he hit 1 3 already today.
Misses the first with a back rimmer, and Miranda replaces Gomez for the Whalers. Oh, I'm sorry, you're right, it is. Yep, it is Landon Peabody into the game. Porter's second is good. 9-point lead for the Centaurs, 32-23 with 1:20 remaining. Converse
the
back
Whalers
to
are in
Welch.
the man-to-man press now. They're going away from that 2-2-1.
Here's Converse. Tries to go down the lane and loses it out of bounds.
Again, they're showing more versatility. Converse, a big guy, comes out and plays on the three-point level. He lost the dribble, though, that time.
1 minute straight up remaining. Is Bruton with a left-hander. Rattles around, no good. Can't get it. Rebound taken inside and the foul called. See who that foul's against. Yeah, that foul was on Nick Barner. I thought it might have been on Porter, but it's on Barner, and we'll go one-on-one the other way with Sullivan Gardner. 9-point lead. Gardner back rims it. No good there. Rebound in the lane. Scramble for. Bruton comes away with it. Bruton down the lane against Peters. Now holds up, gives to Porter. Porter drives in the lane. Off the glass. Good. Keith Porter showing his quickness there. Pulls the Whalers to within 7 with 30 seconds remaining. Here comes Converse the other way. Ball nearly stolen. Peters right side jump. Swish.
Wow.
Trent Peters gets it back up to 10. Three-point goal has really been a big issue here. as the Centaurs have knocked down a few. 12 seconds, Whalers will hold for one. Bruton with the basketball, high screen by Barner. Bruton with the left-hander, three-pointer is good.
My God, he's really giving them a
long bomb. Is
oh my God!
Oh my word! Oh my word! Whoa!
What was that? Three-quarter court, I think.
I hope you folks got a chance to see that one. But Tristan Welch just launched one from, I would say it was a good 6-iron. And,
maybe your 6-iron. It'd be my my 3-iron.
But he, that was after Bruton had done a nice job, but Bruton had a big first half. The Whalers hit the three-pointer to put the Whalers to within 7. Welch really put the kibosh and all that with a long three-pointer from three-quarter court. And it's a 10-point lead, 38-28 at halftime here, as the Centaurs of Woodstock have maintained sort of that since the early going. They had a 17-0 run and have kept that 10-point lead really throughout the second quarter.
Yeah, Woodstock keeps each time New London in the waning minutes of the second quarter. New London was finding some scoring ability. The kid Bruton, I had him mixed up with Peters. Bruton came in and did a great job. But Woodstock keeps answering every time.
No question about it.
Yeah.
No question about it. Well, we're going to break in a moment for a short break. Rich and I will come back and we'll just talk some general basketball, because you don't get a chance to pick the brain of literally a coaching legend that often, so I'm going to do that. But for now, we'll go back for this timeout. We'll be right back.
At the MJ Sullivan Automotive Corner, our #1 goal has always been to earn your business for life. As one of the largest dealerships in eastern Connecticut, selling Chevrolet, Cadillac, Buick, and Hyundai, we accomplish our goal by not just offering the best buying experience, but more importantly, the best service experience after the sale. That philosophy is what built this company from a single-base service station nearly 45 years ago to who we are today. So experience the difference and let us earn your business for life. The MJ Sullivan Automotive Corner in New London or at mjsullivanauto.com.
And we're back here on the campus of St. Bernard's High School. Jim O'Neill along with Rich Conover bringing you semifinal action in the Eastern Connecticut Boys Basketball Tournament. Woodstock Academy holds a 10-point lead, 38-28 over New London at halftime. We had mentioned they had played twice before this year, Rich, and this is the third meeting. This is a very impressive Woodstock team for those who haven't seen it.
I'm really impressed with their versatility, their discipline. They look very well coached. Obviously, the teammates are looking for one another. They take advantage of their strengths, which they have quite a few, including the height and the shooting and the nice ball handling of Lowry. And the other kid just sits out there and waits for them to kick it out to him, and he's knocked down just, I don't know if he missed a three.
Yeah, you almost missed that one for three-quarter court, but he swished it.
Yeah, right.
He's been an impressive, you know, you were saying earlier in the half that you're impressed with how how the game's evolving. The quickness of the perimeter player now and how much the game has come down to who can effect dribble penetration and who can stop it. You've coached internationally, you've coached collegiately, you've coached in high school, you've coached professionally. I mean, there really isn't anything you haven't seen. Where's the game going?
Good question. One thought I had, but they got to widen the court instead of getting the basket up. So you can maybe spread those defenses out. There's going to be, I think they're going to eventually move the three-point line out a little bit more. You know, the NBA has been doing it quite a while. The international line is 6 inches out from where it is here. That's not too significant, but I think that will happen because you see here, Woodstock does a great job of kicking the ball out. The big guys are very unselfish, and they knock down those threes. But then on the other hand, New London's been hurt by the zone. I'm a little surprised that teams don't play more zone, just to keep that, maybe cut down on that transition, the penetration quite a bit, because New London's having a lot of trouble. They came out, played the man-to-man, but they're getting hurt by the versatility of the guards.
Rich, let me ask you a question. As old friend Dave Murray stops by. Hi, David. We have begun to see, both collegiately and professionally, the influence of the European game on the American game. Yep. But it started with guys like you, going abroad and coaching abroad. I talked to Billy Reagan's been in 11 different countries. Yeah. He's only been thrown out of 10. because he ate all the food in those. But can you see that influence in the college basketball and the professional game?
In the professional game, I think it's quite evident. What was interesting is back, 10 years ago or something, when I was overseas, and that's when the U.S. didn't win the Olympics, right. And we're getting beat in some of the big world tournaments. And they said, "What's happening to U.S. basketball?" My thought at the time was we were paying the price for taking it to the rack.
Yeah.
That became
the adverse effect of Michael Jordan.
Yeah, and but Michael could shoot from the threes, you know, and because that was the dunk and the block and the ball going in the stands. That was the prestige of the playground. Fans love it.
That's how you got cred. Yep.
And while the Europeans were doing basic things, they were shooting off the dribble, they were working on the perimeter shots, and you'll see that the big guys can really shoot it.
Oh yeah.
You know, Dirk Nowitzki's like, oh my God, what a talent that guy is. But one thing that's also very important in that, and I don't know why the U.S. doesn't adapt to this, all of the baskets in the rest of the world are flexible. The height. They have them on pulleys, they have them everywhere. So the 10-year-old kid is shooting at an 8-foot basket. And I'm amazed at how much opposition there is to that concept. I mean, if you make the analogy between Little League Baseball, they don't have the pitcher's mound 60 feet or it's just everything is proportional. And I think the Europeans and the rest of the world grow up shooting a regular shot.
It just frustrates me to see guys launching three-pointers in the NBA and they go to the free throw line and you can't stick a 15-footer.
Right, yeah.
And that's because shooting skills have... Well, listen, I think the two biggest effects that were negative, after I think Bird and Magic saved the NBA, so to speak, by making it a passing league, where that became a glamorous part of the game, was Michael Jordan and go to the rack. And I think the ESPN highlight film, you don't get on the highlight film for making a 12-foot side jump. and I think that has that whole kind of fascination with that aspect of the game really, sort of devoured American basketball, and we got away from really what is the fundamental beauty of the game. I think that's why a lot of people were attracted to women's basketball. It was a much more fundamental game.
Exactly.
And I tell you, they're going to regret it if they think that Brittany Griner is going to end up reviving some sort of dunk-a-thon among women. People, be careful what you wish for because you might get it. Women's basketball is a beautiful thing to watch right now.
Yeah, I remember the legendary John Wooden would say he'd like to watch the women play a little bit more. And that's a bit about quickness as well. There used to be, as you know, I lived long enough that I see the evolution of the game from pattern offenses and even UCLA ran, but the quickness, as we're seeing even here at this level, has broken down, or particularly defensively. You run a pattern, the defense just defenses you right out of it, so they open up the court more.
All right, 38-28, Woodstock leads the Whalers by 10 at halftime. We'll be right back.
Got a perfect little place in mind. Nothing could be better than summertime loving.
Your face looks so strange. You're happy, you're angel.
Okay, we're back here. Second half action. Academy down the lane. Now this is Lowry. Long three-pointer. Lowry, no good. Rebound taken there by Porter. He comes racing out of the pack. Goes down the lane. Short pass right side to left side to Bruton. Three-pointer. No good. That would have been a big one there, Rich.
Yeah.
Ball thrown away this time now. Lake side jump. No good. Rebound. Strong rebound inside. Porter kicks it around now. Bruton with it. Is back on top to Benson, to Bruton, to Lake, in the lane, back to Bruton, long three-pointer, swish. Deontay Bruton having a big game, pulls the Whalers to within 7. First appearance for Dominique Benson, starts the second half. Here's Lowry, to Converse, Converse barrels into the lane, can't score, offensive foul. Lowry doesn't like the call, but he got kind of shut off by Bruton, tried to shove him aside, and got called for the offensive foul.
Yeah.
7-point lead, Woodstock, 38-31, 6:59 remains, third quarter. This is Bruton now running the attack to Lake. Baseline Porter. Porter back on top to Lake for the jumper. No good. Rebound by McGinn to Lowry. Lowry at midcourt, races down the lane, tries to make the feed, but stolen by Lake. To Bruton. Bruton in the lane, passes to Porter. Porter other side, lays it in. Good penetration by Deontay Bruton, made the pass and pulls the Whalers to within 5.
Bruton has really been the difference here for...
Inside to Gardner, who scores. Sullivan Gardner breaks the string. 40-33 Woodstock.
Woodstock made a couple of uncharacteristic errors early in the half.
Here comes Bruton down the lane with a floater, no good. Strong rebound, Gardner.
Nice rebound.
Lowry comes racing out of the pack, goes left down the lane, side jump, Converse, no good. Ball taken in by side by Sullivan. Lowry now has it, and the foul is called.
Not only is Woodstock big inside, they're scrappy inside. They really fight for that ball.
All 5
when
of
it's
them
down
do.
low. Yeah. Lowry was in there mixing it up. Actually got the ball.
Devontae Robinson comes out, Nick Barner in for the Whalers. The inbound pass.
Shot
Right side jump, no good. Rebound taken inside. Knocked away, but the Whalers retrieve. Here comes Lake the other way. Right side to Bruton. Bruton lays it into the lane to Porter. Porter goes up on the, against the glass, can't score. Ball taken by Porter. Porter drives the baseline, a little short jumper. Bruton with the basketball. Inside to Porter, he's fouled. He's crushed inside. Foul will go on McGinn. Heated action inside, but the Whalers were kind of relentless that time, Rich.
Yeah, Bruton keeps getting in there. He's on 5'9". He's getting some rebounds. He goes up as if he's going to shoot, and he drops it off to a teammate.
Wait, that wasn't a shooting foul?
Oh, I'm surprised at that.
What was he doing? That's not a shooting foul? Well, I never question officials. I know you.
Yeah, right. I never did it, right? I never gave them a question. I just told them what they weren't doing.
All right, this is Lake. Back to Benson now. Dominique Benson to Bruton. Long left-hander is no good. Rebound taken by Lake. To Benson. Benson travels. Sam Miranda will check back in, and he'll replace Benson. Will he? Yes, he'll replace Benson. 40-33, 5:09 remains. Whalers trail by 7. This is Welch to Peters. Inside, ball slapped away and thrown out of bounds, and will go to the Whalers.
Woodstock's had a few turnovers here, hasn't helped them. Still up 7 though.
Whalers had cut it to 5 in this quarter. They trail by 7 now. This is Miranda. Right side, Bruton. You know, they look around, but there's nothing inside to throw it to. I mean, nobody really posting up strong, nobody that they want to give the ball to. The ball just sort of goes around till they can. Bruton with a floater, he got it. Boy, I'll tell you, Kenny Anderson. That's what it reminds me of. Kenny Anderson.
Yeah.
Isn't it? I mean,
he does that floating, that floater nice that those little guys do in the traffic.
Here's Lowry. He says, I'm going to score, but he gets fouled. Greg Keith, the former NFA great, Wake Forest great on the call.
You don't see too many of those big, tall guys as referees, but he's one of them.
Once Barkley or Yearing left, I guess.
Yeah, right. And they're not nearly his height.
No. Lowry dips and shoots and scores. 41-35 Woodstock with 4:26 remaining. He gets the second, gives Woodstock again a 7-point lead. Sam Miranda the other way, gives to Porter. Porter to Bruton. Bruton, the long left three-pointer, swish again. Deontay Bruton putting on a show here tonight. The 5'9" sophomore showing a lot of skill out there. The three-pointer is swallowed up at half court. You can't stand there. Thank you very much.
Well, I don't know where Bruton.
Bruton pulls the Whalers to within 4, but Bruton is having himself a ball game, Rich.
I think he made a couple of foul shots to ice the game or something. I don't know if it was the last game or not, but he has certainly been the spark for this team.
No question about that. Foul called on Nick Barner as he reached in. Greg Keith comes over and tells Chop Barker what Chop doesn't want to hear, so Chop's going to tell him what I'm sure Greg doesn't want to hear. How many officials could you actually have a conversation with?
Not many.
As an official myself, I'd like to talk to coaches if I could, but they pick the most inopportune times. Here comes Converse, back on top to Lowry. Double there, it goes side jump inside to Gardner. Gardner has the ball blocked, taken by Bruton. Bruton gets called, gets bailed out is what he does.
Yeah.
Sort of went into the air with a double team, Rich, had nowhere to go with the basketball, but got bailed out by the officials.
Well, he hangs. For a little guy, he hangs pretty well and bails himself out. But New London's really picked up their man-to-man offense. They're double teaming, they're scrambling, and Woodstock hasn't been able to take advantage of it as yet.
Lake, long three-pointer, no good. Rebound taken by Lowry, and Miranda will be called for the foul. I don't think that's the shot Chop wanted coming out of a foul like that. But
well,
you tell shooters to shoot, right?
Yeah, shooters shoot. And it's the game is so much about shooting.
That's what John Wooden always said. Shooting percentage, most important statistic, right?
You can, absolutely. You know, when I was young and you were young, if you shot your batting average about in the 300s.
That's right.
That was pretty good.
Now
that's not good enough at all.
Foul called there now on the Whalers. The ball will stay. Blocking foul. That was Seth Lake with a foul. Here's Converse now to Welch. Ball stolen by Porter. Porter is fouled.
Oh.
You know, it was a question of whether they were going to just let it go and allow the steal or say that the contact caused the steal. They went with the latter, and Porter gets the foul call. 4-point lead for Woodstock with 3:32 remaining here. Whalers with the basketball. They once trailed by as many as 12.
Yeah, they're back in it. There's no doubt.
This is Porter to Bruton. Bruton, long three-pointer, he got it again. Deontay Bruton having a ball game. Pulls the Whalers to within one. Woodstock inside to Converse. Right side jump. Welch. Excuse me, Peters. Trent Peters with a big three-pointer. And a travel call. Oh, that hurts. 45-41, Woodstock by 4. Big three-pointer by Trent Peters. Kind of lost sight of him from our vantage point here on the court at St. Bernard's. He hit the big three-pointer and the travel the other way.
Like the YMCA gym, you can't see the old ones. Can't see the corner.
For those of you who don't remember, there was a YMCA in New London, which had a running track above it. So anything in the corner, you generally hit the ceiling.
That's right. And I was just telling that story. You know, when we were growing up, the word was give the shot from the corner.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Well, that came from the tracks in the YMCAs being in that overlapped the corner.
Absolutely right.
Yeah. But it was amazing, one of those things. After the track, there was no track or anything. That was still the adage, give the shot from the corner.
This is Ian Converse, who will shoot a pair. Dips and shoots, and that's an interesting one.
Yeah, I never saw that on a foul shot.
I don't think I've ever seen that before. Well, I'll tell you something. You've got two guys who combine 100 years of watching basketball, and we've never seen that before on a free throw. That's hard to do, you know.
I think so. I guess some physicists or somebody to figure the odds on that one.
Bruton with a three-pointer.
Yes.
He got it. and smiles. Look at him. He knows he's got the hot hand.
He alone has brought them to within 1 point.
And a big game. Bruton hounds Peters and gets called for the foul. Peters, well, by the way, the Whalers have put themselves in the bonus with 2:35 remaining in the third quarter. That cannot be a good thing. Peters shoots and scores.
That's big.
Miranda replaces Bruton.
Maybe for about a 12-second rest before they get him back
I don't think they can play without him. Peters scores. 47-44, Woodstock, 2:35 remaining. This is Gomez. To Peabody, back to Gomez. Porter in the lane, right side jump. Peabody, no good, strong rebound there in the lane by Barner. Right side jump, good. Colin Sawyer with the three-pointer, ties the ball game at 47, and this has been a different Whaler team. Here's Converse down the lane, can't score. Strong rebound, Porter. Porter races down the lane, goes to the glass, and gets the foul call.
He hesitated, nice hesitation move at the foul line, then exploded once again to the basket.
Well, Keith Porter goes to the lane with a chance to put the Whalers in front for the first time since they were ahead 7-2. At 7-2, the Centaurs reeled off 17 straight, and the Whalers have been chasing ever since. They have a chance to go ahead.
Their quickness has finally paid off. Got some steals.
Rattles around and through.
Nice shooter's touch there. Soft, rolled around and in.
Porter dips and shoots and scores. Whalers by 2 with just about 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Long way back, but the Whalers have managed to come all the way back. Here's Lowry, kicks it off his foot, ball stolen. The other way, in goes. Rebound by Porter, no good, but he'll get the foul call. Nice steal there by Landon Peabody. He went into the lane, couldn't score. Porter with the offensive rebound.
And Porter really showed some of his strength there, getting that rebound and then bouncing back and getting up for the shot. He was trapped underneath the basket and was able to.
Yeah, those quick multiple jumpers there.
Yeah.
Tough to rebound against sometimes. All right, Porter with a pair. Dips and shoots and front rims it. He'll get another.
As good of a basketball player he is.
But before that, we'll get a timeout.
Yeah. Surprisingly.
49-47, 141 remaining. We'll keep it right here. Rich, how have the Whalers been able to come back?
It seems two sides, I think. They've really picked up their defense, used their quickness, and sometimes the players don't even know that they're not going at the full speed, the quickness-wise. And I think Bruton came in and really gave him a spark, and that happens, that inspires his teammates. You know, everything feeds off one another. And with that, Woodstock has made several mistakes and turnovers. They didn't have many turnovers that first half. They were just really disciplined with the ball.
Do you think they got caught up a little bit in the pace, which is not theirs?
Yes, yeah, I think, and that was all the defense. They increased the defensive intensity, and well, maybe lulled in the first half that this London, we're quicker, not necessarily quicker, but we can handle their quickness. And then they got shocked here the second half. And early in the second half, Woodstock made a couple poor judgments in passes, and London got the steals, and it all fed into this. And boom, here we are. They're up, looking to go ahead by 3.
All right, Keith Porter, the second of a pair. 141 remains, third quarter. Whalers by 2. Porter dips, or actually dribbles first. Dips, shoots, back rims it. Rebound taken by Barner, though. Gets it back to Bruton to Sawyer. To Porter in the lane, side jump. Sawyer, three-pointer, no good. Strong rebound, Barner. Gets it back on top.
Barner's really been a help. He hasn't scored much, but he's has some presence inside, and he's gotten some key rebounds here, giving Whalers a chance for another possession.
Porter with the basketball now. Porter drives the lane, off the glass, can't score. Rebound action, there'll be a foul. Foul called on Nick Barner over the top. And here's where the foul situation really hurts. Every time a rebounding foul, any touch foul, you're going to the other end for a pair.
To score without the clock moving. The clock not moving helps in London a bit, but not when you're ahead now. I'd like to see Porter pull up a little bit sometimes for the 13-footer. He keeps going into tough traffic inside.
Lowry gets the first of a pair. He can tie the game with a second. 1:08 remains, third quarter. Whalers by 1. He gets the second, and the game is tied.
Woodstock still in that 2-3 zone. Actually, Lowry, I
might hold it here just to give Bruton some rest so he can come back third quarter, get the last shot. They've done such a good job, you know.
He's not back in yet.
No, I know. He's got foul trouble, so I think he may.
Oh, he has fouled. Okay, I missed
Sawyer,
that.
though, three-point jump. Got it. Yeah. Colin Sawyer drills one from the corner, gives the Whalers a 3-point lead with 45 seconds going. That's why I don't coach anymore. Down the lane, Lowry, wild three-pointer is blocked. Gives it ahead to Porter. Porter races ahead of the pack and lays it in. 5-point lead for the Whalers, 54-49. Whalers continue to press. Here comes McGinn out of the pack. He comes down the lane, tries to get the ball up, can't. Porter with the steal. Porter gets fouled. Here's McGinn trying to make up for the bad play on the other side and makes a worse one by fouling Porter 30 feet from the basket.
How many times have you seen that? Kid makes a turnover, gets upset with himself, goes and makes a silly mistake, gets a foul. They're frustrated because they lost their lead, and London really looks in command at this point.
15 seconds remains in the third quarter. Whalers by 5. I believe they're at the line for a 1, and they're in the 1-on-1 now too. So they got the tempo they wanted in the third quarter, Rich. And Bruton, as you said, really, really delivered. Had a big third quarter. I have to get the scorebook to find out exactly what it is.
And just when you think like Woodstock's handled in the London quickness, there it goes. It turns around in a heartbeat.
Here's Porter missing the first though. Cannot shoot the big free throw there. That would have been a chance for a 7-point lead. Here's Welch to Peters to Sullivan. Right side jump is good by Lowry. And that'll do it for 3/4 of action. Lowry's three-pointer pulls the Academy to within 2 of the Whalers. 50-52 at the end of 3/4. We'll be right back.
At the MJ Sullivan Automotive Corner, our #1 goal has always been to earn your business for life. As one of the largest dealerships in eastern Connecticut, selling Chevrolet, Cadillac, Buick, and Hyundai, we accomplish our goal by not just offering the best buying experience, but more importantly, the best service experience after the sale. That philosophy is what built this company from a single base service station nearly 45 years ago to who we are today. So experience the difference and let us earn your business for life. The MJ Sullivan Automotive Corner in New London or at mjsullivanauto.com.
We can clip it, trim it, and cut it down to size. But most of all, we design it, plant it, and care for it. We have the tools, the know-how, and the passion. Grow something beautiful with sprigs and twigs, stewards of the environment.
We're back here at St. Bernard's High School. This is Jim O'Neill along with Rich Conover bringing you Eastern Connecticut Conference semifinal action. And the New London Whalers erase a 10-point halftime deficit to take a 2-point lead at the end of 3, Rich.
Yeah,
8 minutes to go and the Whalers lead by a deuce.
They actually could have been up, 5 or 6. Porter's missed a few foul shots there. And that last one hurt because Woodstock ended up putting in the 3 off the missed free throw.
Greg Keith
Those are things that you can't coach from the bench too well. The missed free throw.
By the way, Deontay Bruton's still not back in the ball game. I don't know what his foul. I think he may. Ball stolen there by Porter. Porter down the lane. Layup good. Keith Porter with his quickness right down the lane, lays it home, and there's a 4-point lead for New London with 7:50 remaining. Here comes Lowry the other way. Gives inside, ball stolen. Colin Sawyer with the steal, gives to Porter.
And a press. All the Whalers are alert. That's a steal from probably not the quickest guy on the court, but he's alert to looking for the opportunity.
Here's Peabody with a 3-pointer. No good. Catches nothing but the air. Woodstock comes the other way. Here's Lowry. Down the lane. Gives inside to Gardner, who cannot score. Cannot score again. Foul call. In the rebounding action, Landon Peabody gets the foul. And Sullivan Gardner, the 6'5" senior, will shoot a pair. Yes, he'll shoot a pair. His first is good, and he pulls Woodstock to within 3. Seth Blake replaces Peabody. Gardner dips and shoots and scores. Nice stroke he has. 56-54, Woodstock by 2. Colin Sawyer. Back on top to Gomez. Gomez drives the lane, kicks to Sawyer. Sawyer can't go, gives right side Lake for the 3-pointer. No good. Strong rebound inside by Robinson. He can't score. Porter steps on the end line.
Well, I'd like to see Bruton back in there. If he fouls out, he fouls out. That's what kids, I'm always surprised that.
Here comes Lowry the other way. Ball slapped aside. Ball goes ahead to Porter. Porter down the lane. Lays it in left-handed. Whalers by 4 again. 58-54. Woodstock comes the other way.
Beautiful left hand. I hadn't seen that from Porter before, but he answered that question.
There's Converse on top to Lowry. Lowry can't go. Gives to Welch for the long 3-pointer. No good. Rebound Porter. Porter comes ahead the other way, shut up there, and will hold up. Keith Porter on top of the basketball. 3-pointer by Gomez is no good. And I'm sorry, they're not shooting those shots if I'm coaching. I'm sorry.
Well, that's where
I don't care how open you are. If you're not one of the shooters, you're not shooting.
Yeah, I always like to get the ball to the shooters.
Providing that, of course, they can do that. Ian Converse shoots a pair. 4-point lead for the Whalers.
Yeah, I was started to say that it's surprising to me a bit. I know the game is faster, but players don't know how, don't seem to know how to play with fouls and then not foul. Yeah. Keep themselves in the game. And coaches get afraid of that.
Converse hits a pair, pulls Woodstock to within a deuce. Small lineup now for Woodstock as Peters, Lowry, and Welch all playing same time. Here's Sawyer. Cross-court pass to Lake. Back to Sawyer. Three-point jump, no good. Rebound inside, take it and score. Big rebound and scored by Devonta Robinson. Got the inside position and was able to score. Peters.
That was a big rebound against the bigger Woodstock inside players.
Whalers by 4. Here comes Lowry. He drives down the lane, draws the contact, and gets the foul. Nice play by Lowry. He really was shut off by Robinson, but able to use his body to draw contact.
He did. That was a wonderful instinctive move by him.
Lowry shoots a pair. 5:25 remains. Deontay Bruton about to check into the ball game. Lowry's first is good. Here comes Bruton back in. He replaces Gomez.
We'll see if he stays hot from that wing out there.
That's the other problem with foul trouble. You take a guy out, you get him out of his rhythm.
Absolutely.
All right, Lowry with a second, rattles around, it falls through, and it's a 2-point
Still a game
deficit.
here, a lot of time left, 2-point game.
60-58, 5:20 remains. Whalers by 2. This is Lake to Bruton. To Sawyer. Sawyer with a jumper, no good. Rebound taken inside by Lowry. He races ahead.
He might have got hit.
And goes the length and score. Lowry, length of the court, coast to coast, ties it up.
That was a good rebound by Lowry too, down here at the defensive end to create that score. I think they need Lowry over on this wing where he was making all those shots. There's Sawyer.
Sawyer three-pointer, no good, short. Rebound taken inside by Welch. Here's Bruton with the basketball out after that scramble. Bruton quickly left-handed, can't go. On Peters, now goes back baseline on him. Back on top to Lake. Lake cross-court Sawyer. Gives to Porter. Porter drives in the lane, cross-court to Sawyer. Back inside to Porter. Porter, small, short fadeaway. Rebound goes to Woodstock.
Again, the
They'll
smaller
say it's off
Lowry.
Devontae Robinson.
Yeah, smaller Lowry battling inside there. He didn't get the rebound, but he made sure that.
Very, very good athlete.
Yeah.
All right, here's Wells trying to inbound, does to Converse. Back to Wells. To Peters. To Lowry.
Oh, what a nice move.
Chris Lowry just really gets to the hoop at will there.
Fake like he was going back out to the corner and knife back into the basket. A nice
Woodstock by 2,
layup.
62-60. 3:35 remains. Here's Keith Porter. To Lake. To Bruton. Bang.
There he goes. He's back.
Dave Bruton.
He's
Puts
back.
the Whalers on top by 1.
Oh.
Lowry swallowed up in the backcourt, but gets it ahead to Converse, who races into the front court. Gives to Welch. Inside Gardner. Gardner tries to get it back to Lowry. Does. Three-pointer is blocked. Ball taken by Bruton. Feeds it ahead to Sawyer. Sawyer lays it up and in and draws the foul. Good fast break by the Whalers. Nice kick ahead to Sawyer, who knew exactly. He was looking for Porter on his left, but drew the player to him and took the contact and the basket. So
yeah, he sensed he had just enough of an angle or a lead on the defender and took it hard.
Sawyer dips and shoots and bangs it up the back rim. Rebound taken by Porter. He can't. Great hustle play by Keith Porter as he comes our way, almost saved the ball. Could not do it. Timeout to London. 3 minutes remaining in this ball game.
We got a game
by
here.
3. We got a ball game.
Yeah.
Well, it's, you know, down the stretch, Rich, it seems to me if you're Chop Parker, you want to make sure that your 3 scorers are the guys touching the basketball. That you want Bruton, Sawyer, and
Bruton
and Porter touching the basketball, shooting the basketball. And I think that's important. Now, does it become a matter of getting a good shot every time? Now, make every possession count?
Yeah, that's always a difficult question. You want to have the ball be, you get cautious, you make a mistake, you don't get a shot. It's always a tricky time at this point. Now, Chop, of course, I don't know what he's doing over there in that timeout, but Woodstock's still in that zone. He has the ball 3 points up. He might just pull it out.
A good thing for
and use their quickness, because they haven't, other than Bruton now making one of those threes, they hadn't pulled away with, they missed a lot of outside shots.
Absolutely right. Deontay Bruton really has done a yeoman's work for
Porter's great, there's no doubt, but he might, Bruton might be MVP of this game if they win.
And Lowry on the other side, I would have to say at this point. Converse.
London in the man-to-man press. Picking up.
Here's Welch, guarded there by Sawyer.
Oh.
Ball stolen. Oh, restolen. Wow. Here comes Converse. Ball blocked. Taken inside by Converse. He can't score. Strong rebound there by Barnett.
Wow.
By Barner. And the Whaler, good rebound by Nick Barner. Just outstanding rebound.
Woodstock still in the zone.
And
here it is. Bruton's out at midcourt. I'm sorry.
Bruton with the basketball now. Chop with another timeout. Craig Parker wants another timeout. And I'm wondering if Bruton looked like he was going to pull the ball out. I wonder if that's what their Whalers are going to do.
Definitely. He was way out in the corner here.
3-point lead.
I'm not sure why Chop called that timeout, because it gives Woodstock its chance to, combat this pull-out strategy. However, Chop was really upset at something, one of the players on the court.
Well, I think that he had 3 guys in one offense, 2 guys in another. I'm told that's not a good thing.
Yeah, well, sometimes it works, though, It's smarter than the coaches, inadvertently.
Yeah, that's why I keep telling you, when Tyson Wheeler was at New London, they had a great break pressure offense called Give It to Tyson. He dribbled through 5 guys and score on the other end, But tough when you don't have.
Yeah, I did that happen when I was at St. Francis. We played Marshall. They were 5th in the country. 2-2-1 zone press. Worked all week on breaking the press. I had Kevin Porter, who played in the pros. Game time, he just got it and dribbled through the whole thing. We were up by 1.5. Then they took off the zone press.
Somebody said that was
so much for my coaching.
Oh, it's brilliant. You gave the ball to the right guy. Listen, take credit when you can. You know you're going to get blamed. Sometimes it's not remotely your fault. All right, Whalers with the basketball now.
Okay.
And they will look to hold
Woodstock's been a 1-3-1.
That's
1-3-1.
Half-court pressure.
Half-court pressure. The Whalers, to the corner.
Here's Bruton.
Oh,
layup,
my.
Good. Can't score.
Oh, my.
Had the layup, couldn't score.
Oh.
Woodstock comes the other way. 3-point deficit, 2 minutes remaining. Here comes Lowry off the high screen. In the lane, gets fouled by Bruton. That might be 5, by the way. And it is. I think, Rich, that they guard Lowry too high, because he comes off that high screen. The man gets picked now. It's a chase to the basket.
That's an excellent thought. It's worth giving it a try to back off him.
Sam Miranda comes back into the ball game, replacing Deontay Bruton. Huge.
And that was a tough assignment for Bruton to have to guard Lowry. He's one of the probably the best
that's my point. I don't
league.
think that's who was guarding him. He ended up picking him up because his man got caught up down in the high screen.
Yeah.
Here's Lowry, gets the first, pulls Woodstock to within 2. which now with this line, it makes it a little harder for the Whalers to hold the basketball. And they were not ready, right, for that 2.212 or 1-3-1 pressure. Yeah. Rebound, knocked out of bounds by
They survived
Gardner.
it. They survived it, got a shot, but missed it.
You were right. That timeout gave Woodstock a chance to set up that pressure, which they were not in. And now they're in it again.
They're still in it.
Yeah.
1-3-1.
And London really has to go 2-1-2 here. They don't realize they're not in man-to-man pressure. They're running a man. Oh, they got bailed out.
Yeah.
Again, I don't think the Whalers realized they were up against ZP. They were running a essentially hold the ball offense with a man-to-man offense.
I like the full corner against the 1-3-1. However, that was a big foul. Oh, he fouls out.
John McGinn fouls out. He'll be replaced by Trent Peters. I don't think we've seen, what, 6 players for Woodstock? Have we seen anyone else? I don't believe we have. Keith Porter has the Whalers with a 2-point lead. 1:49 remains. He gets to shoot it. Porter dips and shoots and scores. Big free throw. 3-point lead, Whalers. 1:49 remains in this ball game. Winner goes on to face the winner of tonight's nightcap between the Norwich Free Academy Wildcats and the Ledyard Colonels.
This will make it a 2-possession game.
And he gets it. 4-point lead, 1:49 remains. Whalers still in man pressure. Gives it to Peters. Sort of swallow up, gives to Lowry. Here comes Lowry down the lane. Right side to Welch. Welch, no good. Rebound, batted around, taken inside, blocked from behind, but the foul will be called. Sullivan Gardner got the Sullivan Gardner got the inside position on Nick Barner and was able to draw the foul. And I believe that fouls out Barner. That's his 5th. And he'll be replaced by Devonta Robinson.
Welsh not as hard as he was the first half for Woodstock, but he's not getting those wide open looks.
By the way, Sullivan Gardner, their center, might be the best free throw shooter on their team. He got a beautiful stroke. I don't think he's seen iron tonight. 3-point lead Whalers, 1:39 remains. Gardner shoots the second and gets it. This is Miranda now. Miranda splits, gives to Sawyer, back to Miranda. Back to Sawyer. Back to Miranda, to Porter. Porter tries to get a bounce pass inside, but the ball slapped away.
I'm not sure what he was looking at. I didn't see a player there.
This is Welch inside now. To Welch, back on top. To Lowry. Woodstock trails by 2. Lowry tries to go down the lane, throws up a wild right-hander, no good. Rebound Porter. He comes out of the pack, splits the defense, goes the length of the floor, lays it up, no good. Rebound, jump ball call. Sawyer tied up Lowry. Whalers keep the basketball with 55 seconds remaining and a 2-point lead. Lowry got his way all the way to the basket but couldn't score, and now the Whalers will take another timeout. 2 minutes remaining in this one. What do you see coming down the stretch?
Well, I see a real game here. This will, of course, an important possession. If London can score, they push it to a 2-possession game. Woodstock looked a little tentative there and just ended up with Lowry going to the basket. Not a bad move, not a bad choice, but they were ready for him, and he didn't get a good shot.
If you're Woodstock now, you've got to pressure the basketball, obviously. But if you're in a position now, you get the ball, say, with half a minute and a 2-point lead, a 2-point deficit, what's your plan at that point? Attack the basket immediately?
Yeah, they've been, well, I'd try to penetrate, but I'd like Lowry to be looking for Welch out on that perimeter, you know, because if he's wide open, he puts him ahead. But you just got to create, and Lowry has made some pretty good decisions throughout the game, but the ball needs to be in his hands, I think. Or maybe go high-low, flash one of the big guys up and go in low to to him and then in low. We'll see what New London's going to do here.
Sawyer with
They'd
the
like to
basketball.
keep it out.
Benson with the basketball gives to Lake. Lake across the lane gives to Porter.
They're keeping it out.
And the foul is called.
Yeah.
Well, they fouled a guy who has not played much tonight, 5'10" junior Dominique Benson, in the ball game for his ball handling skills. Now he'll get an opportunity to show his free throwing skills as he'll shoot a pair with 46 seconds remaining and the Whalers holding a 2-point lead.
Yeah. Big ones here.
Benson dips and shoots and misses off the back iron. That's always the toughest one. The first one you miss it, puts incredible pressure on the second.
Yep, absolutely. But even here, even if they go down 3, Woodstock, I think probably take it to the basket and see what they can get.
Front rim, no good. This is a pair. Ball fouled inside. Sawyer with a reach-in against the guy I've already described as the best free throw shooter, and now you get the score without any time going up the clock. Among the things that give baseball coaches gray hairs, it's walks. I would say probably, missed free throws are the equivalent for the basketball.
Yeah, and
Gardner back rims this one.
Yeah, miss.
Still a 2-point lead for the Whalers as Sam Miranda replaces Benson. 44 seconds remains. Whalers by 2. Gardner shoots again and gets it. 1-point game. This is Miranda comes the other way, splits and is fouled. Sam Miranda tried to split the lane. Got the call, Eon Converse got called for the foul. 38 seconds remain and Sam Miranda shoots a pair.
Even more pressure here, up 1.
Yeah. Miranda shoots and back rims it. You gotta want to be on the line. You really do. You really gotta want to.
Not many do.
No, not many do.
That's no good
Back
either.
rims this one too. Rebound by Gardner. Gives it ahead to Lowry. Lowry doubled in the backcourt.
Oh, wow.
Throws the ball away. Stolen there.
Travel.
And a travel call. Travel called on the Whalers, and really, that's a case of the kid not knowing the rule. If he doesn't have to move, he doesn't have to do is make a pass. Or better yet, there's a perfect time to call a timeout.
Yeah,
but he tried to advance.
Actually, they had the arrow. I'm not sure he's aware of it. Just stay there. They get the ball back.
Yeah.
But
if he just stays there, that's right. Yeah.
But that's a little bit too much to ask.
In either
some
case,
players know. Well, the great ones know where that arrow's going.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But
I'm surprised Lowry has, made a very ill-advised pass there. Woodstock a little rattled by the press. They don't look quite as smooth as they did, particularly against his own press, which is easier to do than against the full-court man-to-man.
This one would already be safely ensconced in the Whalers' win column if they could shoot some free throws, but they've missed 6 straight free throws and now find themselves with a 1-point lead with 67-66 with 28 seconds remaining, and Woodstock has the basketball. I believe they'll have it on the side, not underneath their own basket, but look for them to get the ball to Lowry, and my guess is Lowry's just going to try to penetrate.
Coaches have always talked about improving free throws percentage, and it's one of the most difficult things to do with a team.
Yep, 4-foot putts.
I always like to put pressure in practice. A lot of pressure foul shots.
All right, here we go. 28 seconds remain. Whalers hound the inbounds. It comes to Gardner. Gardner tries to get it to Lowry. Can't. Inside to Zitch. Gives a three-pointer. Good by Tristan Welch. Here come the Whalers the other way with Porter. Porter now with the basketball with 9 seconds. Porter lays it up and in. Ties this one at 6-9. Here they come the other way. Long shot is off the rim, no good. We got overtime.
Yes, sir. As they say, I think the fans got their money's worth in this game.
They are certainly getting it. tell you, recap what just happened. 3-point goal, big shot by Tristan Welsh, who has made a number of three-pointers tonight. Put the Academy on top by 2. Whalers came back the other way, and Keith Porter in the lane delivered the short jumper with 4 seconds remaining to tie it at 69, and we'll go to overtime here now, where I think you're trying to figure out who's got the advantage. McGinn has fouled out for Woodstock, but on the other hand, both Deontay Bruton, who's been really was the big factor in this game for the Whalers, brought him back in the third quarter. He and Nick Barner have both fouled out. As a result, Whalers a little short-handed as they go to the overtime period. We'll have a 4-minute overtime with the game tied at 69.
I think at this point the powers that know these things would call it, you pick them.
Yeah, it's the third and 38. What do you got for me now, Coach?
Right. It'd be hard to know. I think if Woodstock can settle down and stop their turnovers and handle the pressure, it will be. They have a good shot at it. But the Whalers have been really pressuring them.
All right, Porter will jump center against Converse, and the Whalers control the tap. Here's Miranda to Sawyer, right side jump, no good. Rebound corralled there by Robinson. Nice job by Devonta Robinson to get the offensive rebound, gives to Porter. Porter drives the lane, splits, goes up against the glass and scores. Keith Porter gives the Whalers a 2-point lead. Peters gobbled up in the backcourt, but fouled by Lake. I'll tell you, Trent Peters has done a pretty good job handling the basketball, because the Whalers have attacked them on every possession with a double team, and he really has been pretty strong with the ball.
They're really, a little small now with those with Peters in there. Just 5'9".
They're in a 3-guard offense right now.
Looks like he's about 8 years old, but he's a junior. But he's really talented.
I don't mind my view being blocked, but when the police block it,
don't say anything.
Peters hits the first.
You might get arrested.
I know. Yeah, we're not saying a word to this. Peters shoots again and gets it. Ties it at 71. Whalers the other way. Here's Miranda. Right side Lake. Back on top to Miranda. He goes to Sawyer. Back to Lake. Gets to Lake on the left-hand side to Miranda. Miranda tries to go and can't.
Whoa.
Whalers, I'm not sure what the offense here is. Miranda throws up the three-pointer, and it no good back iron. Lowry comes the other way. Lowry left-handed down the lane, gives inside, ball knocked away by Porter. Porter comes down the lane and stuffs it home. Here comes Peters the other way, and we got a violation on the other side. After the stuff by Porter, I believe Greg Keith called Woodstock for a violation on the baseline.
I wasn't sure what happened there. He might have stepped out of bounds going on the sideline.
No, I think he called him on the baseline for a violation. On the inbound.
Stepped on the line.
On the inbound. Stepping on the line on the inbounds, yeah.
Yep, that's what he's pointing to.
Yep. Whalers with a 2-point lead off the Porter stuff with 2:47 remaining, and they'll have the ball in their own front court after the violation call. Well, yeah, I can see what happened. Woodstock tried to push the pressure, push the tempo after the Porter stuff. Retaliated on the other end and just went out a little bit too fast. You don't see that call much, actually.
No, I'm always surprised. It's impressive that, Keith seeing being alert to that. All of us are watching the ball or up the court.
Do you think the police could actually help us here? you help us? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But now, ask Orford or Mathers exactly how the game was tonight.
Yeah. Oh, we got a packed house here. We got fans in the aisles here and
more of
everything.
it than I have. All right, here's Woodstock now inbounds to Lowry.
Clear out, clear out. That's it.
2-point lead. Here's Lowry with the basketball. On top now. It's the Wells inside, he throws it away. Oh, big turnover. Pete. Here's Miranda now. He drives down the lane. Right side Sawyer gives to Porter, who goes down the lane, lays it in. Keith Porter taking over a little bit here in the end. 4-point lead. Here comes Welch out of the pack. He goes down the lane to Converse, who can't score. Rebound inside, foul. Converse had the easy layup, couldn't convert. Fouled by Devonta Robinson in the...
I'd really take a shot at overplaying Porter to his right and push him left. He's been having a pathway for himself down that to the right of whatever defender he has.
Converse shoots a pair. No good. Converse's second is good. Cuts the lead to 3 with 2 minutes remaining.
Woodstock still in that 1-3-1 half-court press. What?
I can't see. Here come 10 yards the other way, and the ball goes out of bounds. It'll go to the Whalers. Another big turnover.
Might have been a foul. Yeah, like I said before the overtime.
Lake double team now, gets it ahead to Porter. Porter races ahead. He's got the 3-on-2, lays it down the lane. Left-hander no good, but he'll draw the foul.
Well, they pushed him left that time, but he got fouled.
That's one thing about pressing them in the backcourt, the Whalers in the backcourt. If you get the Porter in the open court, 3-on-2, he's going to convert.
He's just very strong.
1:33 remains. Whalers on top by 3 in this overtime.
As I was saying, Woodstock has not taken care of the pressure and taking care of the ball in this overtime. Too many turnovers.
I'm not sure what's going on here. What is going on here? Coach Greg Smith wants to know. He's going to call his guys over. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. Maybe
maybe that might have slipped in that corner, causing the turnover, actually.
Could have been, yeah.
Because it wasn't a bad pass by Welsh, but I couldn't see either down in that corner.
In either case, it's 75-72 Whalers with 1:33 remaining here in overtime. Great ball game. Whalers jumped out 7-2, and then Woodstock reeled off a 17-zip run. They led by as many as a dozen in the first half, led by 10 at halftime, thanks to a three-quarter court three-pointer by Tristan Welch. And then the Whalers came out smoking, particularly Devontae Bruton in the third quarter as he led a Whaler resurgence, and they led at the end of 3 quarters. Had a chance to ice it down the stretch but some poor free throw shooting denied them. And a Keith Porter 10-foot jumper with 4 seconds left tied the ball game. We're here now with Porter shooting a pair with 1:33 remaining in overtime. Whalers by 3. Porter dips and shoots and misses off the back iron.
Whaler pressure and the turnovers of Woodstock really, I thought, was the difference, along with Bruton.
Porter again shoots and scores. 4-point lead, 76-72. Gave him the 2-possession ball game. Here's Peters. Right side now to Lowry. There's again, is that? as he penetrates, keeps the Converse. There's again, he gets picked off on the high screen, and then he's just in an open lane. I think they're picking him up too high.
Well, on that one, Lowry made a very good decision, as I said, not necessarily shooting at 13 feet, but drawing the defense and dropping it off before he got into all that traffic.
Well, you saw there, I think Porter got a finger in the eye. Whatever, or something. He started to lose possession of the basketball, maybe cramping up, in fact. Whalers are forced to call a quick timeout. They lead by 2 with a 1:01 remaining. My thought is only that when Lowry comes to half court, they're still in some sort of double team on him. He ends up going to the basket. As he beats the double team, they're in retreat, and he's able to dish or score as himself. He gets in the lane way too much for Whalers' comfort.
Yeah. You may have a point there if they can drop off him. But he's been known to just pull up right for that three-point shot, and he's very good at that too. I saw him a bit the last game, and he doesn't hesitate on that. So he's got you in a bind.
He's already proven to me he can beat me off the dribble. Now he's got to now he's got to prove to me he can beat me with a three-pointer.
Well, you know, probably at this point, you're not necessarily going to test that with a minute to go and down 2. Or up 2.
That's an awkward time to see if you're right.
Yeah.
76-74, Whalers lead with 1:01 remaining in the overtime. Keith Porter still being attended to, and I think that's exactly what happened. He caught a cramp.
Yeah.
Now Whalers already down Nick Barner and Deontay Bruton. Bruton, who of course was the big story of this ball game up until he fouled out with. And here comes Benson off the bench.
That's how I used to coach Bruton, going in with 4 fouls. If you foul out, I'll kill you.
Well, you know, the funny thing is, he got his 5th foul having to pick up Lowry in a defensive switch.
You're right about Lowry. I'd like to see the percentage of offensive possessions for Woodstock as to what percentage he has. It's ended up that he has penetrated in the offense for the play.
This is bad news for the Whalers. Porter unable to go. They are really an inexperienced team right now out there. This is, you've got Seth Lake, who's a sophomore, Colin Sawyer's a sophomore, Miranda adds a little stability, Robinson's only a junior. This is a pretty young group out there without a lot of big game experience. Benson's a junior. Without a lot of big game experience, so it's
Woodstock still in that 1-3-1 half-court zone press. And they
got it immediately thrown away. The substitute comes in and immediately throws the ball away.
And it was the little guy who tips it up in the Peters, who tips the ball up in the air and gets it himself.
Landon Peabody will come into the ball game for the Whalers. Woodstock calls timeout immediately after gaining possession. They trail by 2 with 54 seconds, and you know where the ball's going to go. The ball's going to go to Lowry. He's going to try to split and get inside for either a score or a dump.
Yeah, and he, just like he did the last time, he made the play, he decided to play about 12 feet from the basket. He's got to do that. If he has the lane to the basket open, then he can take it. But he's got to make a decision at that point. A lot of kids don't, and they get themselves in trouble too deep. And Lowry's done that a couple of times.
Is there too much time for the Whalers to say go to a zone and sort of disrupt the Woodstock offense?
Well, particularly coming out of this timeout, it could be a nice move. You know, just to catch them off balance, make sure you mark up the shooters. But although they've been, Woodstock's been turning it over. Ball goes to Lowry.
All right, here's Lowry against Miranda.
Whalers in man-to-man. They got it really spread out.
Here's Converse. Tries to go against Robinson. Can't. Swallowed up in the lane. Throws it right here and gets it. Ties it at 76.
A nice call by the coach there. He went away from Lowry and went to the big guys who set a pick for one another, and they picked and rolled between the 2 big guys.
Whalers will hold for 1 here. Or not.
Or not.
One. Sawyer can't get it. Rebound in the lane, taken there by Robinson. He drives the lane, he throws it up and in. Devonta Robinson with a big steal and go. Woodstock with the basketball with 12 seconds remaining.
Wow.
Big play by Devonta Robinson. The 6'3" junior steals it in the backcourt and heads right for the hoop where he lays it off the glass and in. Whalers with a 2-point lead and 12 seconds remaining.
Interesting, I saw the Woodstock Gardner going up for the rebound, which I thought he was going to get here.
He jumped too
but
early.
He's played the whole game.
Yeah.
Is he tired? You know, I never like to, you're not going to take your best player out there, but I don't think he's come out.
No,
and he just
they've only
didn't
played
get
6
off
players.
the ground, and the ball got tipped away, and London they scrambled for it, and London got it.
A good presence of mind, Johnny on the spot, but Devonta Robinson made the big steal, headed right for the hoop, scored with 12 seconds. Whalers now by 2. And Woodstock will have the ball deep in the backcourt here. So, well, you know where the ball's going.
Well, the last time they came out, they did. We thought it was going to Lowry, and they did a pick and roll with the 2 big guys. But they were up in the up in front court. Now they got to go, like you said, the length of the court. I would love to have some soft zone pressure now, just to sort of slow their movement. But the Whalers are going to come man-to-man. Watch for the down screen. Quarterback in the ball. They're all the way up the court here, too.
Watch for the down screen and the long pass. Sawyer will guard. Welch will inbound. There goes the ball to Lowry. Already beats his man off the dribble in the backcourt. Comes down the lane. Can't score inside. Ball goes to Welch. Welch a jumper. No good. Rebound taken inside by the Whalers. 2 seconds remain. Foul is called. The clock shows 3 zeros, Rich, but I think they're going to put time back on the clock. Lowry, again, split, raced ahead of the pack, got into the lane, got the shot he wanted, they got the rebound they wanted. Are they calling this game over? I think they are. Hold on a minute now. Woodstock's coming over to shake hands. Greg Keith is saying, I believe there's 1 second remaining. Is this of course, there's not likely to be any home court in 1 second.
Yeah. Without putting New London on the foul line, right? Yeah.
I lost a ball game coaching a JV game because in this situation, I didn't take my guys off the line. My guy fouled, and they went there, and they scored on the other end. And when I came in the locker room, Pinello looked at me and said, "What are you on the line for?" Thanks for the sympathy, Coach. I appreciate it. You know.
Well, Parker's taking your lead here. he's got nobody near that spot.
Absolutely. In fact, if he's smart, he'll tell the guy to miss. Well, no, 2 free throws wins it, so he can make as many as he wants here, I guess.
Well, he's got 2. Actually, interesting thought that you bring up. If he misses the first one, and miss the second.
Yes, absolutely, I agree. You don't want any long 3-pointers here that are not on the rebound.
Don't give him a chance to throw the ball long.
78-76. 1 second remains in overtime. Whalers by 2 in what has been a very, very, very interesting ball game. We got a good one here in the semifinals. Devonta Robinson will shoot a pair.
Well, in the scenario we presented, if he misses the first one, he's got to make sure he hits the rim on the second one.
Yeah, that's right.
That's not always as easy as you think when you're trying to miss.
I got a 2-putt from 10 feet. Not that easy. First one is no good.
Let's see.
Timeout, Woodstock.
Oh, we'll have to discuss this with Chop after the game.
I'm going to tell you this. If I'm coaching, I'm not telling him anything. I'm not going to tell him miss it because he'll I might throw it off the back. Just make the shot.
Yeah.
You make it and then make a 3-pointer. We'll play another 4 minutes. But
Well, that's true. I mean, at least you got the worst you can do is go in another overtime.
That's right. If he makes it. If he misses it, it's going to be very hard for them to get a shot off. 78-76. Whalers by 2. 1 second remains in overtime. In a very, very interesting ball game. Whalers play in the backcourt. Woodstock sets up with 4 guys on the line, hoping that there's a miss and they'll have a quick throw. Whalers are not even going to contest that, but what they do want to contest is the long pass. Although if he makes it, they can pass it as long as they want to. Second one is up and no good. Rebound taken off by Gardner. He throws it the length of the court and hits the backboard. Woo! That looked good a long time.
Yeah.
Anyway, Whalers win 78-76 in overtime over Woodstock Academy, and they will advance to the semifinals, to the finals, excuse me, of this tournament. Here on Friday night at 7:30, they're going to play the winner of Game 2 here tonight between the, excuse me, the Legend Colonels and the Norwich Free Academy Wildcats. But we'll be back to wrap this one up, after which we'll take a break. But first, let's take this time out.
Excuse me, mister, I don't mean to be cruel, but I had better things to be than be your fool. Da 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 da.
Train, you're a good friend of mine. All right, everyone, good friend of mine.
Reach up for those whistles.
Okay, we're back here at the gymnasium at St. Bernard's High School, where the New London Whalers have just pulled off a overtime victory. Third time was not the charm for the Woodstock Academy Centaurs, who had beaten the Whalers twice earlier this year, Rich. Whalers led early, actually, 7-2, right out of the box, and then Woodstock went on a 17-0 run, took a big lead, led by as many as 12, I believe, in the ball game. Whalers were able to close to 7, but a big 75-foot three-pointer by Tristan Welch gave Woodstock a 10-point lead at halftime, and it looked like Woodstock was ready to just simply roll. They looked very, very disciplined. I think you called them a very balanced team. I think that's an apt description. But something happened on the way to the victory. Namely a little bit of pressure and a kid named Deontay Bruton, who really lit it up for the Whalers in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think in essence he was the MVP. Well, I got to qualify that a little bit. Bruton, Porter was really terrific.
Yeah, Porter down the stretch was fabulous. Hit the big game tire with 4 seconds.
The old veteran taking the ball. Give me the ball. I'll take care of us. And he did that. But the pressure, I was a little surprised that Woodstock was so vulnerable to the pressure. But, New London's quick, and they just ramped it up quite a bit. And Woodstock had an inordinate number of turnovers the second half. Not only does the pressure create turnovers, and it clearly did, but it also gets the game the game played at a pace. I'm not sure Woodstock really wants to play New London at. They don't really want to play up-tempo basketball with them, especially when they have such a size advantage inside. And that was really true in the first half. You saw it on both ends. Whalers really could not score inside. Since they couldn't score, they couldn't press. On the other end, it was almost score at will for Woodstock inside, which means the Whalers couldn't run. Yeah. Everything that Woodstock did well the first half, they didn't do so well the second half. And you got to give credit to New London. The defense was intense. It was intense. And Bruton just, single-handedly put the Whalers back in this ballgame. He ignited them. He fouled out with, almost 5 minutes to go in the ballgame. After Chop sat him for the better part of the third quarter and 3 minutes into the fourth quarter, and he quickly picked up his fifth foul, as did Nick Barner, who had given them excellent minutes. Not scoring, but rebounding. He made a little presence inside that they drastically needed. And except for some untoward foul shooting, the Whalers really played very well coming down the stretch, made some big shots, made some big defensive stops, and caused some turnovers, and were able to eke out a 2-point victory in overtime in an exciting ballgame. They'll play the winner of this second game in the finals on any final thoughts on this one? Even just a note there, he's not the most dynamic player, but Sawyer was a factor in that second half. He knocked down a couple of threes, didn't hit too many the first half. got some rebounds. A nice, steady player.
It doesn't make a lot of mistakes. Absolutely right. Yeah. Coach's kid.
Yeah.
I mean, really. I mean, it's written all over. I mean,
Nice to have him in there.
Oh,
yeah, and Bruton, I see he's only a sophomore. Maybe he'll, you know, he
Kenny
learn
Anderson.
how-
He reminds me of Kenny Anderson. I mean,
Yeah,
the
right.
same kind of game.
He's got that nice floater into the
yeah.
lane.
Really.
And he's tougher than he looks. You know, he was strong. He just needs to learn not to get himself in trouble because he came in well into the game before he got in the game, right?
All right, we're going to take a break shortly after this, and we'll be back probably in, I would say 5 to 10 minutes to bring you game 2. But don't make an appointment. You've got about 10 minutes to get back onto your screen, and we'll bring you part 2 of this doubleheader. So for
Go to the bathroom, get
Jim
yourself
O'Neill,
a beer.
Jim O'Neill and Rich Conover saying stay tuned. We'll be back shortly.